Welcome to the show, Eguie Castillo. You are a Grammy Award winner, world-renowned musician and Latin percussion professor of music at Berklee College of Music in Boston. You've also led workshops at colleges and universities in Europe, Latin America, and Asia, passing on your knowledge of rhythm from the Caribbean, and you talk about your experiences as a touring musician. You've performed and recorded with some prominent artists, Jennifer Lopez, Donna Summer, Tom Jones, and Steve Winwood, to name just a few. As well as that, you perform all year round with your own salsa band at concerts and festivals in the US, and you've also played at Carnegie Hall in New York. So there's loads more to talk about with you, Eguie. Thank you so much for joining us, and please do tell us more.
Thank you very much for the invitation. I'm very, very happy to meet you and to see my very good friend Skyler Jett that I respect so much and admire so much. So thank you guys for taking the time to invite me.
Oh, our pleasure, brother. Do you have any social conscious music heroes?
Oh yeah. Well, I always said that I'm in this business and this world, music world, thanks to the great late Tito Puente, which was not only my idol, but my mentor and a good friend. I have the opportunity to travel with him, record with him, and meet him in 1978.
Oh, wow.
In Puerto Rico. When you said that I played with Steve Winwood, well, that was part of that tour. The tour was called the Latin Crossing. The group was called the Latin Crossings. And the three artists were Steve Winwood, Tito Puente, and Arturo Sandoval. And the band was basically like an all-star band. We traveled Europe for 2.5 months. So that was quite an experience. But Tito Puente basically is my main, my main inspiration for me to be in the music world.
Yeah. Teaching young people at Berklee. Are they from everywhere?
Yeah. I have students from everywhere. Name it. I have students from there. I try as much as I can because remember I have only each class is 2 hours. This is what we call labs. 2 hours one time a week, 1 day a week. So I try as much as I can to talk about my heroes in the same way that here in the United States you guys talk about Duke Ellington, Count Basie, and all these people. DC. Well, I taught them, about Tito Puente, Tito Rodriguez, Machito, Mongo Santa Maria, all these people, to students of all around the world. So most of them, they have no idea who these people were. But as soon as they get out of my room 14 weeks later, they know. And we go over some Caribbean rhythms, not only for percussionists, but for everybody. I have singers, saxophone players, trumpet players, guitar players, everybody can take my class. So it's very cool for them. You remember every time you're playing and you see what they call the conga line. The people, one after the other.
Right.
Don't, hey. Well, that's the conga de comparsa. Is the rhythm that they play in Cuba in the carnivals, walking in the street, and they use this kind of congas, these drums that are very similar to the what we call conga, hanging from the body, and playing and walking and singing. So the name conga comes from that rhythm, but really the real names are tumbadoras, jícamos, and all of that, of course, come from Africa, which is the motherland.
Yeah.
But in Cuba, they develop the instrument differently. They put the piece or cloth or whatever you want to call that, and they put it different. So basically, have a mix of traditions here, but it's more jícamo, tumbadora, quinto, tumbadora conga, that kind of names.
Now your students, they come in and Some of them want to play conga, some of them play bongos. And what's your most requested?
Always the congas, because conga for me, and that's the one that I mainly work in the first level. I do two levels of the class. First level is for people that have no idea how to put the hand on the drum, the sound, the position, and then the rhythms. And then you have a second level, which I go more over a little bit more complicated rhythms on the conga drums, but also I do timbales, bongos, checker, guiro, maraca, name it, bata drums. But I start with the conga because I believe the conga is the roots
Mm-hmm.
to play all this tradition rhythm from the Caribbean area, talking about Cuba, the Dominican Republic, Puerto Rico, and Trinidad Tobago, which is the calypso. For the first level, I concentrate in the conga drums.
Yeah.
Once in a while, I go a little bit to the timbales, but I try to stay there.
Yeah, I love timbales. I used to play, but I was playing the wrong. I had the high drum on the right.
Yeah.
And usually I see the other guys, the real players, they have the low one over there.
If you are right-handed,
Yeah.
if you are left hand, it's like you have it, to the other side.
Okay.
The problem is where you're gonna put the bells.
Yeah.
Up. That's that's the way that if you are right hand or left hand. For me, I'm right hand, so I use the low drum, which we call hembra, which means female, the left hand side, and the macho, the high pitched drum in the right hand side. So if that is my position because I'm right hander, then the bells, we have two bells on the timbales. The big one is called the mambo bell, contra campana. That one goes facing to my right.
Yeah.
The other one, the small one is called cha-cha bell, to play cha-cha-cha.
Mm.
Face that one you can put it anywhere, facing left, facing out, facing in. But the mambo bell, if your right hand have to be facing the right hand side, your left hand go to the other side.
Right.
The symbol to the right hand side.
Okay. Okay, that's crazy, man. Tom?
Oh, I just wanted to know a little bit about where the love of rhythm, I suppose, and rhythm and kind of drumming and so on started for you, and where it all began, really.
Well, that's a very difficult question because in Puerto Rico we grew up with this. Basically, I'm listening to this music and to this rhythm since I was in the belly of my mom. But I can tell you that at the age of 7 is where for the first time, I received an instrument that was actually the timbales.
Okay.
I didn't have any family members that play any kind of instrument. Although my father used to play a little guitar,
Yeah.
but not really. He played basically to go and drink some cerveza and rum with my uncles, but not professionally or not heavy. So that comes normal, organic to me. I don't know how to put it. My mom used to say that every time we go to a wedding and there was a group playing there, I forget about everything. I go and
Go
look.
straight to them. Gravitate to them. Yeah.
I'm basically checking the percussionists, and when they take a break, they get out of the stage. I go on stage and start, like touching the congas,
Okay.
not eating, touching the congas.
What are you working on now? New music?
Well, I have my new record that came out last year.
Oh, wow.
This is a salsa record, but now I'm starting to put together a couple of things. 1 month ago, I did a tribute to Tiro Puente and Tito Rodriguez because they just turned this year 100 years of being born. So I did an amazing show in the Berklee Performance Center with a big band of students and 2 or 3 faculty, and then I brought to the show two big names. The one in the bongo that he used to be the bongo player of Tito Puente and Tito Rodriguez in the 60s. And this guy is a legend, living legend. He was part of the Fania All Stars. He was the creator of the Típica 73 and played with Celia Cruz, Johnny Pacheco, all this amazing music of the 70s and 80s. He was there. And his name is John Dandy Rodriguez. So I brought Dandy and to sing this music, nobody better than Gilberto Santa Rosa, which this is 6-time Grammy Award winner. In Cuba, he brought 250,000 people, a 250,000.
Yeah.
Perform in the Malecón in Havana. So, and he's my brother. We grew up together. We went to the same school of music. And he came and the show was amazing. So after that, I was thinking, man, I would love to do what I did in the Carnegie Hall in 2013, which was the Mambo Mania show. And I start, to run what I'm gonna do for next year and start, if I can, tour with this Mambo Mania thing. The problem that I have, I don't have a manager or I don't have a booking agent or whatever that, help me with that. But I'm going step by step. And the other thing is that I want to do a new recording, but this time it's going to be more, not salsa, not mambo, but everything that for me, rock, fusion, jazz, Latin music, everything together in one concept. So I still working to see what that concept is gonna be. So yeah, I try to be as alive as I can.
Right. Well, it all sounds fun, brother. You know what I mean? I saw you in Boston. You took me out to see you and you had this little orchestra with you. You guys killed it out there.
I hope I can go back to London. I used to go in the 90s like 10 times a year, playing the Ronnie Scott, playing Manchester. But I have a visit that I have to do before I get older. So I have to go to Liverpool at one time in my life. But London, I love London, man, and Soho and that area there where the Ronnie Scott is.
Yeah. Oh, well, come on over, brother. You're welcome anytime, man.
Absolutely.
All right.
Just want to know, how do people get in touch with you, find out what you've been doing? What kind of social media are you available on? If maybe you can give us the kind of social media names, how people get hold of you. And what I'll do is put those links in the description of the video as well.
The main for me is Facebook.
Okay.
Facebook, I advertise whatever I'm gonna do with my bands or with the other bands that I play. I'm playing now with an amazing rock band by the name of the Gravel Project, and it's amazing, this group. So mainly Facebook. I have also Instagram.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
I start a program just like this one, interviewing famous people. Do something in music, specifically in Latin America. They are available in my page in YouTube called Eguie Castrillo Oficial, but Oficial in Spanish with only one F.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, I'll pop that link in the description as well.
So that's the way that the people can find me. And
thank you for the privilege of your time, my brother. It was
thank
so
you
great
so
to
much
see
for
you.
joining.
Love you, brother. Good to see you.
Take care.
God bless you guys.
Music can save the world. Music can save the world. If we all get together, music can save the world. Yeah. Music can save the world. Music can save the world. If we all come together, music can save the world. There's an urgency facing our humanity.
Thank Thank you so much for watching. To stay up to date, please click subscribe and hit the bell. You can also join our group on Facebook and find us on LinkedIn and Instagram.